Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Emmer here with Games and More, and I finally got an NES Classic Edition. And this took forever. Obviously, you guys all know these things are just virtually impossible to find. A friend of mine, Maniac for Bricks, I'll put a link to his channel down in the description. He actually found this up by New York. There was a Toys R Us, had two of them. You buy one per customer, so he was nice enough to buy me one. He didn't get one for himself, and he mailed it to me. So check it out. There's a lot of cool games on here. I can't wait to play some Excite Bike. It's been forever since I played then. Or Joust. Is that Joust or is that? Oh, that's the original Mario. But I wonder if Joust is on here. There's a list of all the games that are come in here. I'm sure you guys have all seen this before, and I gotta tell you, I'm very disappointed in Nintendo because I think if they would have made 20 million of these things, they would have sold 20 million. I can't remember the last time I heard the exact figure. I think it was only something like they sold like maybe a 500,000 before Christmas, before Thanksgiving. I'm not real sure. But I mean, we're already in what, January, February, March. I think today's like the March 2nd. And now these things are still virtually impossible to find. I will tell you, when I told the guy at the post office, my postman, that I was waiting on this to come in the mail, he said, "Oh yeah, I bought a bunch of those and sold them on eBay for 120 bucks." So it took everything I had not to call him a scalper scum, but that's what's happening. People are buying these up and reselling them before anybody can get them, which is kind of disappointing. It's really Nintendo's fault. If they would have flooded the market, we wouldn't have this problem. But here we go. We got an old kind of a throwback poster. You can see they got Duck Hunt, which I'm pretty sure is not on here because it doesn't work with new TVs. You got to have the old tube TVs. You got Rob the Robot. I did not have the bundle whenever I was a kid. It came with Rob the Robot. I didn't know anybody had Rob the Robot. The games looked pretty pathetic with Rob the Robot. I actually had the one that came with the power pad, which you'd run and or at least try to run on and jump, which is pretty cool. Here it is. I gotta tell you, it's so small. It's just, there we go. There it is, the NES Classic. I gotta say, I love it. It looks just like the original NES. It obviously uses different plugs. The power works, reset. Obviously, this is not open. Come around the back. It does have HDMI out. There's your power. It would have been cool if they just would have put the, red and yellow, just fake plugs there that came on the original NES. Let's see what else we get in the box. Looks like here's our cord. And he was not, Maniac for Bricks was not able to find another controller, so I'm just going to be using one for now. I haven't seen any for sale. That's another thing. The second controller's getting scalped on eBay. But this feels like the original, I gotta tell you. Wow, it's been so long since I had one. Even whenever I had my NES, I had the Max controller. If you guys remember, it kind of opened, it had the turbo buttons and it kind of flared down a little bit more comfortable. And I always see people complaining about this cord is like 3 feet long. So, and the HDMI cable cord is not long either, so you gotta sit close. Here's your wall plug-in. There's right there. Let's see what else we got. Just some cables. Looks like our HDMI cable and the power cable. So, I'm gonna hook this up, start playing it, share some of these old games with my kids, and hopefully they come out with a NES. Super NES is what I was going to say, Super Nintendo one, because I would buy that too, or they could do a part 2 of this. I'm sure they could come up with 30 more games to put on here. I did see people are putting ROMs on these now, but I gotta tell you, there's 30 games here are going to keep Balloon Pop or Balloon Fight, keep me busy for a while. I will have to try to find another controller, and then probably an extension for the HDMI or extension for this, because I don't want to sit on the floor like the old days. Well, you guys let me know what you think down below. Did Nintendo drop the ball not making enough of these? I feel like they did. I feel like, you know, especially before Christmas, they could have sold probably 2-3 million of these. But they, I don't know, I guess they're focused on the Switch, which comes out tonight at midnight. I got mine pre-ordered. Alright guys, make sure you hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.